What's up, everybody? Nick Blasier back, getting ready for the second chance finals. So these are all the players with one loss, and we saw Ralph Jonas get knocked out of the undefeated bracket in the finals of that yesterday, last night, or this morning. I don't know, time's a blur. But he's crawled his way back to the finals of the fighters bracket, the second chance bracket now, and taking on Felix Ziva. I went and looked through the brackets and noticed that Felix got unlucky in the undefeated bracket in the early round and has made his way through the fighters bracket all the way here now. So one early loss and then nothing since. Of course, we know Ralph Jonas bringing top stuff. We've seen him playing just amazing PRs all over the place. Felix Ziva, less familiar with this player from Israel. So I'm excited to see what he's got. And yeah, so it should be a pretty nice matchup. They're going to play 11 points, and there is a lot of money up for grabs in this match too. 32,000 euros in the prize pool, 87 entrants, and we're down to 3 players remaining. One of these two will go to the grand final to take on Nodar Gagua tomorrow morning. But yeah, so the finisher in this one, whoever loses here, will take home 9% of the prize pool, which looks to be 3,000-ish euros. And whoever goes on to the finals is taking home even more than that, with a chance to win that first prize money of over 10,000 euros, probably 12,000 or so. So a lot up for grabs when we get into this. Everyone's going to be happy that they're in the money over already, I'm sure, which takes a little bit of pressure off once you run this deep in the tournament. But the jumps start to get substantial, and we're playing a match for I guess at least 3,000 euros, if not the equity of going up to that, maybe another 6,000 on top of that too, right? So we'll see if it affects their play at all. I think Ralph, a pretty cool character in there too. We'll see how Felix deals with the finals pressure. Excited to see a new player on stream that way too. But yeah, it's been a really exciting tournament so far. Been a lot of fun streaming all this, and as soon as the players make their way to the table, we will get started. I don't see a whole lot going on in the room right now. Probably coming back from dinner break here. It should be 10:30 their time. But yeah, we're going to get started with that match shortly. I'll be keeping an eye on the live feed over here until we get going. But yeah, I'll send you to a quick ad break and back to that nice, I don't know where they found that cool stop motion, whatever you call it. I'm blanking on the name for this type of film. But yeah, it should be really cool. And we'll be back shortly with your second chance finals match. Thanks, everybody. All right. I see the players coming to the table, so we're switching back on over here. Arda over there to talk to them about their finals. Now that I see Felix Ziva on stream, I recognize this guy. He's out at the tournaments all the time. I know he's one of the better Israeli players. I'm pretty sure. I think I expect some strong play from him. Maybe he was in the BMAB in Cyprus too. I can't remember. I know there's like a contingent that plays pretty strong. David Presser could tell me, I'm sure. If he's one of the tough guys, you know. But definitely a familiar face to me. So I think we should have a pretty good matchup here. 11 points in the final here, you know. I bet both these players pretty familiar with playing each other. No surprises, nothing new here. So excited to see what they have. Going to give a good handshake on the match. And I think we're going to get going here. Without further ado. Okay, with a little bit more Arda ado. Going to train him on clock usage. That's a good thing to do. Ralph was leaving it paused a little bit often in previous matches. They're going to get the photo op too. Excited for this match. And off we go. All right, a 4-3 to open. Felix is a split guy. Okay, you don't see this one too often. You usually see the 9 and 21 or the 2 down, but this is a perfectly fine candidate in the opening as well. All very close. 5-2, I believe, is still going to split in response. Always fun to see people take like a slightly less traveled path just because it can present like positions that we're not as familiar with. Anchoring up for certain, and then I don't think there's any need to hit deep on the 22. We'll just bring a checker into the zone for building. 5-2 gets the hit in the outfield. Nice shot for Ralph. 1-4. I think now that we're down in the race and we have the anchor, we can come in on the 24 for maximum contact with the goalkeeper and probably bring the 4 down would be my idea, but it strips the midpoint. Maybe some sort of in on the 4 and slotting idea is pretty strong too. This at least unstacks the point we want to unstack, so nice idea there too. Seems to be a little bit of an overplay in XG's mind, but okay. 2s is going to punish it to the full. And let's see what Felix comes back with. I don't think even a fan is enough for like really too much of a compelling cube. Ralph still has work to do to bring this home against the anchor, but threatening at every step now. 4-2 can't make any new points. Can hit loose though and prevent that second anchor. Is that worth it to hit deep there? That wouldn't have been my thought there, but okay. He wants to go for an attack to try to bring this home. 2-6 is going to send another back. I mean, I guess the reason to do it is because you're still ahead in the race even when you get hit back, and maybe but I think the upside just not quite enough there. So now he should probably focus on escaping, but he could also make the 3-point. Both these look nice with a checker on the bar. I'm not really sure. Very close ideas. Okay. So he's going to go with in and around and make the 10-point. And a double 5s of his own for Felix. Okay, this can come all the... No, it can't. It's blocked. So I guess we're going to make the 3-point and then bring a builder down, keep that extra contact back on the 23. Nice shapely position for Felix still. Plenty of play here. Ralph threatening to escape, but his opponent's still going to have a pretty trivial take even when he gets around. So I think he's got plenty of work to do here. No cube that I can see. 3-2 is just going to go challenge that stripped midpoint. Make a bid for freedom. 5-1. Can't do anything about it. So I guess the ace really wants to slot the 5. The 5, I don't know what to do with. I don't think we want to come off the 23 to the 18, so I guess that's where it's going, right? And once we're there, maybe that means that the ace should come down to the deuce. I don't really know. That's confusing. That's an annoying play to have to make. Ralph, one step closer to freedom, wants to think about it again, and it still feels a little light, but with the extra 4 checkers back, he's right to pause and think about it because there's a little more gammon threat than usual. 8%, 9%, pretty high for a holding game. Not quite enough to send it yet, but definitely reasonable to pause and think. Not a whole lot of threat here either. I mean, I guess maybe... What are we saying we're about to do? Is pointing on head with a 6-4 enough? Is just like a big set or racing roll going to be enough to pass? I just don't see the market loss, you know? And so easy take for Felix. 2-1. Can't safety the blot, so I think probably best is just to bring a builder down to the 10 point and keep it in front of that midpoint. That'll be my play here. At least we challenge the strip point, and our opponent will have to give up an asset to hit. And the distribution can be nice to make more landing points in the outfield for bringing that midpoint home later. 4-1 gets to cover and slot the next point. Maybe it could come out 20-16 to challenge that blot. Yeah, I guess that's probably better than giving up the 8. I like the idea. All very close. 5-1 looks like it's going to hit. So why not from the 15? I don't think there's any safe play. Some sort of clock discrepancy here. Not sure what that's about. Okay. Ralph decides stop figuring out the clock on his clock. 10-9, 9-4. Okay, there was a play B. 3-1 can make a second anchor. I think that's pretty strong. It reduces the contact zone, but I think that that hold is stronger than being deep right here. Our opponent's board is pretty good. Ours is not enough better. So the 4 can cover and bring a 6 in. Lots of landing points here. Okay. So Ralph rated to bring this home well. Making the 7 would be nice, but we'll probably have to. Okay, he's just going to slot the 4. That makes sense. I want to use the ace to get the 3 off, or the spare off the 3 as well, maybe. 6-3. It's now a good time to volunteer. Our play B is 8-2, 4-1. That seems to be the safe play available. And so we could play into the 4 instead. We could play 2 down and leave the double shot from the anchors. Duplicating 4s are going to cover. We could make the 7 even, though that leaves a few too many shots, I think. I'm a bit confused about this one, but maybe doing something structural to help get the midpoint home seems worthwhile here. The bar point seems like a nice step in the direction. Can I convince myself that that's enough of an improvement, though? I don't really know. All right, what does he end up doing? He goes for just breaking here, yeah. So this one, I mean, we volunteer now, and we put a spare where we don't really want it. So didn't love that play, but they all ran pretty close. 6-2 going to hit from the 20. And how is Ralph going to perform in the bar? Not well. And still way down in the race and plenty of structure to get by for Felix. So no cube yet, but he gets the cover. And he gets to advance his anchor, I think. Though it could come out to the 18. I think advancing to the 20 is fine. Then we could step up to the 20 again or play down to try to contain the outfield. Yeah, this looks like a fine play. And a fan. And what do we have now? Still down in the race, still containing that single checker. Lots of counter play. Okay. 4s is beautiful to get that checker on the 22 moving. And can't make any more blocking points, but we can keep placing all our checkers around in the outfield, ready to contain when he tries to hop out, make the bar point possibly. Well, he wants to slot. Okay. I don't think you usually want to give up 4 numbers in this position. Seems like XG is fine with it. Seems a bit rich to me when we can just sort of contain back there. But okay. Yeah, maybe like a small marginal overplay. But the thing about it is that, oh, look at this. It actually likes it on this play. When we get away with it, maybe we have a more powerful cube here. He's going to send it, and nearly too good after that. So there is a little bit of like overshot, it seems like, with that too. That's interesting. All right. And 9 away, 11 away. Felix with a small lead to start. Five, 4. Should go for a split. Let's see how he likes to play it. 4-3 is going to have to hit loose. And then when we use the spare from the 8, we bring the 13 down to the 9 to reinforce for covers. And 3-6 is going to hit that 9-point checker. At least we keep our 5-point slotted. Ralph is going to enter and not be able to cover it. Just pop out to the bar point. Nothing else to do here. 4-1 is going to hit both. Beautiful shot for Felix. And so no structural improvements, but he's got both his back checkers moving, got an extra 2 checkers back. Looking very strong in this game. Maybe at normal score or trailing score, I would think about it. Feels a little early here, but fine. You know, I would use not much score adjustment going on here, but I would use it to maybe wait a roll here, being uncertain what the normal score play is anyway. 4-1 is going to try to prevent the second anchor. Seems a little bit deep to go after that, but okay. Makes the 7 with it. I think we can just play structural instead there. Oh, 2 in makes the 20. Okay, ton of game for Ralph now. And I think he's just bringing 2 checkers down instead of like trading 8-3 or making the ace or something like this. When you have this many checkers back, you just need to stay pure. Okay, this is another good option. 8-3 switch is very strong too. Okay. I have trouble finding that one. And it's just so like we want to avoid the impurity so much that we can actually leave the 20 and just come out to the 15. That's a fascinating play. He's going to make the ace after all though, which is just, I don't think, you know, we've got 2 different game plans here. The ace is a thing that you want to do when you're ahead in the race and stuff like that. I think he's a little too far away behind to float something like this. And the 4-2 can cover and find some way to make, you know, an attempt at freedom here. I like that play. 4-2 gets to hit. And probably come off the 24. We're looking for any excuse to leave this ace-5 game. I don't think stripping the mid plays any better or parking it on the bar point, so I would be inclined to just get up there. This is very interesting. We're seeing Ralph unusually challenged with a lot of plays in these first 2 games already after a very sharp other 4 matches on stream here. This is not too far off, though, finding candidate plays anyway, you know. Another sign of a very strong player is that they never make, you know, if they're not exactly what XG wants, it's not far off, which usually indicates it has merit of some sort. 2-1 going to hide the blot. Okay, is that... I'm not sure how necessary that is. You certainly don't want to switch to the 7 with the ace made. Or I wouldn't think so. But yeah, again, like we're seeing XG just wants to get the heck off that 24 point. Doesn't see how we're going to play both these anchors at the same time. And you can see too in this position that like Ralph just doesn't really have room to play and is going to need to come off that very soon. So he gets to make the 4 point like he wanted to by slotting it. But now something's going to go, and he'll be lucky if he can get off the 24 point instead of having to give something else up next roll. 5-1. Looks like probably just the midpoint's going to go, but yeah, I don't want to put checkers in front of the 24 when it wants to go so bad. He's got the right idea, though, so I would have thought 13-7 just to keep making it hard to leave. Ace-5. Yeah, so now he doesn't get to do anything with the 24. There goes an outfield point. I guess that is the next thing to go. He's going to keep as far back contact as he can. 5-4, so we're covering. And then what? I guess the 4 covers. And then probably 5 down from the midpoint. I think that's the one we need the least. Don't mind giving up the aces and 8s to hit from the 20. 9, no such luck. I think the 6 has to stay pure somehow, so maybe we play 13-7 with that, and then just cover 6-3. Yeah, so I guess after some like small things early, this is like proceeding relatively comfortably for Ralph now. 3-2 can just clean up. Yeah, I don't think we want to unblock the 7 to make the 4 point. Finally, Ralph is going to be forced to run. No options left. He's going to think about it again, though. I guess he could clean up the 6, but I think the outfield coverage seems, yeah, a little bit stronger here. Doesn't love to give up the 8s and 9s, but it's only a 3-point board right now. 8 is going to take a chance at escaping against this 4-point board. And we'll see what Ralph comes back with here. Some shots from the bar, not a ton of them. 4-6, not one of them. So how does this play? I am confused. If we come out, we leave a double shot, 21 to 15. We could link up on the 14 and not have any anchor. That seems really scary. And 14 to 8 is the only other play, which leaves threes. I guess it seems to reduce the shots most to just play 14 to 8. But better to come out and try to control the outfield. Very interesting. What is this? 1 what? 1 2? Ah, and he decides he wants to hit the further checker. Okay, leave no returns. Sure, that seems fine. Good distribution afterward, too. 4-3 is going to enter and make a better advanced anchor. Okay. This is why you don't have to rush off with 24. You just do this later. Just be patient. 5-2. Can't escape without coming into a direct shot. Does he want to bury a checker to avoid that, though? I'm not sure. Going to get hit with twos anyway, so maybe we preserve our spares for now and just hop out. I like this play. 3-2, probably just going to hop by so that his opponent can't hit. Oh, okay, he's going to stay there and block on aces. I don't know. I mean, hitting with an ace might buy our opponent time to get home safely on something like an ace-5 that can't reach otherwise. So I think he'll be happy to hit here. And then just continue. Oh, he's going to stay out of range. Okay, seems fine too. Linked up with the 8 as well. 6-5-2 to close. Not in a big hurry to do that. Better to use the 6-1 to link up. Very nice shot for him. And does it bring a checker in 7-6, or does it keep those spares to attack on the ace? I think we'd rather take a... Oh, this is an interesting play. Why doesn't he want to just come in here? My main dilemma is, should we keep some distribution to attack on the ace? Or do we want to just bring a checker in and get closer to bear off? But he's looking at something different here. Okay. After all, he's just going to come home and keep the distribution. 5's going to enter high. And so, yeah, I guess immediately after the sequence, might as well have had the checker in on the 6 instead. 3 can't hop the prime, so it's just going to play in 7-4. 1-6 can bring 2 checkers in. Even though our 6s and 5s and stuff maybe leave a shot, oh, he wants to stay even instead. I think prefer not to like waste pips that way, and just, you know, if we get a really big roll like that that clears and leaves a shot, it is okay, and just like not spending our share like spares and just overrunning the position and leaving really bad shots later tends to be more important. 5 gonna play behind, and I guess the 3 is gonna be forced. There's only 1 3 that I see. Yeah, so if we brought the ace in, we still have a spare on the 6 now, you know? 5 is coming out for sure. Ace is going to make the board. Okay. Sometimes I get creative and leave that 2-point open, hoping to recirculate it if I get into that kind of game. Probably not the right idea. 4 behind, ace makes. Okay. 5-4 is going to come around to the 6-point. And hoping for the shot now before he has to leave the anchor crack further. 5-3. Oh, it's going to let the 6-point go. And so now we have opportunities for other things. Amoeba splits and stuff. Ends up with a stronger board too. 4-3 is going to run from the front for sure. Nearly forced. And what has Felix got here? 3-1. Not his best. I guess the only, the way to reduce is just to clear the 8, put a blot, one of the blots lifted on the 7. But 3 forced to leave a shot. For what? Where's the other die? I can't see it. Okay, he found it. 2-4. Or 2 can just split for maximum contact again. Hope his opponent rolls a 6-5 or something, and we get a whole bunch of shots. Oh, this wasn't quite right, though, because we already get the double shot on the 5 when he doesn't lift it. Interesting. What is that gain? 13 to 11 is better. Strange. Okay, 5 in, and ace down for distribution. Must leave the ace again. This was wrong. He should hit and lift? Wow. I never find that. Does that leave less shots somehow? I don't understand. Gets closer in. Okay, that's a tough one for Felix. That'll be a fun one to study later. 5-3. We know where the 5's going. We know where the 3's going. And last chance for Ralph in this game. Ace-6 can't hit. Just going to come in and make the 6. Hope he gets aces or 3s, 1-1. Couple numbers that can't get by. 3-2, not one of them. And it looks like Ralph's done enough to save the gammon, though. Had good winning chances along the way, too. Or reasonable, anyway. And Felix likely to get off to a 4-point lead, 7 away, 11 away. I don't think there's any gammons there. 13% is more than I would have guessed, though. Five, 6. 6 is going to end that discussion, more or less, by the way. And 4-1. Brings it in. And resigns the game. Okay. And off we go to the third game. 7 away, 11 away. Felix off to a good start here. Start to adjust the cube a little bit. I think in my book I compare this score to 5 away, 3 away. Seems to be roughly how the initial cube works. Similar effect with like recubes coming back quick and gammon value and all these kinds of things. One, 6, nice start for Ralph. And 5-2 is going to split in response. 6-4. Probably happy to just run here, though in the opening we tend to hit on the 3. Oh yeah, we can reinforce the 7 point. I always forget about this idea that we love to do that. Put a spare on the 7 after we make the bar point in the opening. That 8 and 7 are very stripped, so it's nice to have a builder in there somewhere. 4-3. I guess we could step up and bring one down. Looks kind of nice. But Felix, I've slaughtered earlier in the game, so maybe he's going to go something like this. This seems way too stiff. I don't think we can afford a 6 checker on the 6 here. How is he going to develop when he's down in the race? I think Ralph should be happy to just make the 5 point and give him freedom with that 5. Structural improvement is just so big here. Common theme again when we make the bar point to trade one of those points for the 5 point. Okay, so this is why we stack up the 6, because we're just going to unload it on the 5 point later. And I think making the 7 point in the prime is better than making an anchor. Not so much attacking threat right now. Close stuff, though. 5-1 gets to cover the rear and lift that blot on the 14, too. So 2 back for Felix and 1 back for Ralph. And otherwise, pretty symmetric positions. I don't see any reason, especially with the racing lead and a checker escape, to leave that ace out there. I'm surprised he wants to think so hard about volunteering there. They're reasonably close, though. Okay. Closer than I would have imagined. 5-2. Maybe the 2s are reasonably duplicated, too. 5 down and anchors up on the 22. Needing 6s out. Mainly focusing on containing Ralph, though. 2 down with the 6-5. Running out of time quickly. Ralph looking for a 3 or something to step up to the edge. 4-3 could play 2 down. Could just make the... Probably 2 down and keep the structure. Tempting to make the 4 point there, though. And 3-6 going to hop out and hit. And that could be decisive for this game. 30 pips and such good distribution to make the 21 point. The 4 point is probably too much to take in a 22 point game. If we start to factor in the match score, if anything, then we pass a little more aggressively too. So, yeah, I think this game is probably over. Felix going to pass. First point on the board for Ralph. 7 away, 10 away. All right, 6-5. Can't tell if they actually got the clock turned on. Doesn't look like it. 6-4. Yeah, probably wants to split or find some sort of contact play in response. Making the point is fine too. Five one. Only 8 checkers in the zone, so we usually want to bring the checker down from the midpoint after hitting. Like that play. 4-2. Can enter deep and make the 9 point. Beautiful. 4-2. Probably just make the barn to avoid leaving a double shot. Racing lead. Consolidate things. Looks very nice. Ralph going to make the anchor. And we're in a 50-50 game. Felix wanting to escape to a leading race. 5-2. I think the 2 actually doesn't seem to help us. With, I guess it puts pressure on the 9 point in case he wants to make the 5 point or something like that. So I guess maybe we still step up. I don't know. Better to play behind, though, because it's prime, though. Okay. And comes into range of some other numbers that might point on head. 3-2. Nothing much to do with that one. Oh, he can actually slot there. That's interesting. Down in the race with an anchor anyway. 6 is probably... Well, 6 could come out and challenge some stripped points, but... Yeah, okay. He's going to play down and cover instead. 5-3. Misses that opportunity. The stripped 9 and 13 aren't as excited to hit. Double aces. This is going to bring a whole bunch of checkers inside. Oh, he's going to spend one of them stepping up 24-23, even though that's not where he wants to be to escape. I don't think I would do that. I think I would stay back. The 4-3 shift I wouldn't find. I would probably just bring them all in. Why not keep the more pure point? He's got some idea about this, though. Wow, they're all very close. Three. Ralph has a decision, I guess, in the 5 or the 7, but the 7 seems pretty strong here. In this particular game. Just don't want our opponent to escape. And we don't have a good other 2 3s after it. Aces again. Can come down and block the escape at least. Not a bad shot. Race lead dwindling though. 6-1 is not a good follow-up for Ralph. Probably just 8-7 with this to try to maintain some building flexibility. Needs to fill in that 5 and 4 point. Maybe he wishes he did with when he had the chance with the double 3s now. I guess this much just go 11-1. We're not volunteering shots. I don't see the point of putting spares on the 3 and then a checker on the deuce. This feels most flexible this way. And I don't want to volunteer from the 7, like I said. Yeah. Double 2s. Okay, this is going to fill in nicely. I don't think it needs to go attack on the ace. How exactly do we want to do this, though? We do need to keep our blocking structure. So we have 9-5, 7-5, and then what do? Slot? Something like this? That looks reasonable. Oh, he's going to go for it pretty instantly, too. 3-6. Okay. The priming plan does not work. And this is going to be Felix's game. 3-1. Maybe this is technically too good. See if he takes a roll there. Yeah, what market gainers are there? He's just going to go for it. Can't get home to safety. Needs to get off the double 5s, I guess. And stay off the double 4s. So 3 checkers, 3 spaces will do that. And he could play 7-6 to bring a checker in, but 8-7 should be fine as well. Four, 3. Gonna enter and slot the next point. And I think here comes the cube now. Still too good. Interesting. Nothing has changed. It's so hard to see these holding game positions as too good ever for me. I mean, only in the most technical sense of no market gainers. But the gammons are just not very high. More clock conversations. Neither of them can figure it out. I don't think either of them's getting it right. It's just a decoration to show who's on turn. You can tell by the plunger being up. That's good. Oh, there we go. We're back on a clocked game. Take that. 2 down in the opening when our opponent blocks the bar there. Don't worry about reducing shots. Worry about purity and making the points you want to make. Can't afford to spend one all the way down to the deuce this early. 5-4. I don't think... Oh, it just wants to run past. Sure, okay. I was going to say splitting seems provocative here, so... But 2 down would strip the mid. Wouldn't want to do that. 5-2. It's going to go for the hit and split. Okay, interesting. Very loose-looking game so far. This is a funny opening. They both played it perfectly still. 5-6 doesn't want to come around, so I guess we just hop to the outfield. Bring the action out there, sure. And 3-1 can hit and cover the 7. Seems worth it. Down in the race. Got to catch it up somehow. And 4-5. He can bring the blot on the 14 to indirect range on the 10. So I think he should go for that. What is play B? Enter deeper and play like 13 to 8 or something? Oh, okay, we can just provoke in the outfield this way. Yeah, interesting. Not sure I would have thought of that. Yeah, it's a stripped midpoint, of course. Okay. So the ace wants to hit, he says, but 4-1 could just cover too. What? Oh, he played a 3-1. And he's going to accept it. Okay, so I'll just play it that way. 6-2. 2 enters, 6 cleans up. 3-3. Unblocks the back checker if we switch 8 to 5. But just long term with the racing lead too, that seems like the thing to do. I guess we could even clean up 9 to 6 if we wanted. But I just want a board to try to bring this home now. Oh, we can make 2 board points and keep our 8 point. Okay. Yeah, that looks pretty nice too. But yeah, I'm focused on my leading race and trying to escape my back checkers, do something with that. I don't need to go for big attacks to get back in this. But it can be a quicker path to victory as well. 4-1. Looks like even when it's like way outboarded, we're down in the race. How do we not hit 2? I think we have to try. I think it's our best chance of getting back in this game. Our opponent will hit with 3s, but... you know, can dance with a lot of 6s too. A lot of good things can happen when we put that second checker up. I don't know if we'd be hitting loose if we were only hitting 1, but given that we're outboarded, that second one changes things quite a bit. And okay, but he's going to be deterred by the better board and just play down, bring a checker into the zone. See what Ralph can do to follow up on that. 5-2 can cover the ace. Turn a liability back there into an asset. I like that. Now he's ready to pounce on that 23-point blot, end the game that way. 3s is a beautiful shot. Okay, this time he's going to be able to go on the offensive. And it has nearly equalized out the boards with 2 in the air. And 6 away, 10 away. Okay, Ralph enters really well. Otherwise, I was curious about the cube action there. Still ahead in the race, so probably just continue out to the 15. Yeah, that's what he does immediately. Okay. And 2-1 can't escape, so I guess he's just going to slot a point. That's fine. And with a single checker back, outboarded. 14 down in the race. Down in the score. But an open 5-point. I mean, this still looks pretty droppable, though. Wow, it's a monster take. So this is like a borderline cube for money. It's so hard for me to evaluate how much that open 5-point is worth there. But I've seen this, that we get like very good contact takes A lot more than we would expect, or that I would expect. Maybe he has a little bit extra work to clear the 15 too, but he's going to miss this cube entirely. Okay. This one looks like a strong one to me. 4-3, I don't think it... Well, it could go hit loose back there, but probably just 2 down. Maybe hitting loose is pretty good. I don't know. Going to play quiet. See if we can get away. Just 3-5 hits, plus there's a blotting board when it does hit. 2-2 gets to cover the 5. And now Felix has the stronger board. And so the attacking game plan does not look as much fun with that open 5. Misses a much smaller cube this time. 6-4 can just clear. 5-4 and 3-6 get added to that 5-3 shot lever. And 3-5 is going to do it. Okay. Hops on out and sends one back. And this game, this is too good, isn't it? Even at 6 away, 10 away. By quite a bit. Our opponent's just never taking even when we don't end up threatening a gammon. So... And that shows you the importance of that like weakness of the open 5 in Ralph's board there. How much stronger this is after the post hit too. How Felix can be too good and Ralph could be like barely good enough with still a clear take. And yeah, doesn't want to risk him getting back in the race and running with the 6, so he's going to double now. Outboarded, probably needs to let this one go. Tough to really expect to escape to your even race here. Nice find, Felix. This is what I was thinking on the other side, but yeah, the contact, I guess, really, the difference in board strength here, it appears to be like so much more relevant than I was thinking. Felix with the perfect structure, and Ralph with that open 5, even if he gets to hit a fly shot or something like this, or escape or get in a blot hitting contest, he's always going to have that liability. That's going to chip away at his wins and all outcomes. It's even going to hurt his race a little bit, so... Yeah, with the threat of making the 6 prime too, that was enough for Felix to get a pass and move on to 5-way, 10-away. Hi, everybody. All right, 2-1 is going to open slotting. And already at 5-way, 10-away, I think we're going to have to be more aggressive with the cube. 3-1 likes to hit in response to the slot. Better to send a checker back and have a clear advantage than to make the 5-point when your opponent's almost always going to make the 5-point. And the builder on the 11 is going to be able to hit back with that 6 from the roof. Try to make the 5 once more. 3-4 is going to send another checker back. Felix off to a small advantage that way, but no one's built any structure yet. 5-6, probably why not just get another blot in the mix now that we're down a whole bunch anyway. We need material in the zone. I'm surprised. I guess the quad split is going to make an anchor a lot of the time or something. I don't know. That's strange. 13-7 looks very desirable to me here. Yeah, they're super close. (6-4). It can hit another one, but what does that really do? Maybe just pointing on the deuce do any more than that? Maybe just hitting and continuing and trying to escape both. So like 18 and 14. Oh, he just makes the point out there. That's an idea too. Yeah. Okay. Anything just to get the back checkers moving. 2-1 gets to make the 20-point, and Ralph gets to play his favorite 1-5 back game again, apparently. He could just make the offensive point instead of going for the anchor, but the anchor seems pretty high value here. Wow, they're like almost dead even. I mean, there's so much protection in having a better board here too. And he does find this. Wow, this super borderline play. Nice stuff from Ralph. I guess maybe he's going to want to hit somewhere in the outfield and leave that 20-point a lot of the time too. Might be some of why it's reduced value. Felix forced to hit for lack of options. Ralph going to hit back and probably advance 23-22. Not sure why we want to get a blot involved on that side, but okay. I guess we threaten to make the bar point this way. Cash in on our offensive advantage. Okay, this looks like a lot more threatening position the way Ralph has played it. Is it enough for a cube? Feels shy to me, but okay. We see Ralph willing to get it in really early when he's at a match trail. and try to take advantage of the score dynamics. That's something I'm used to seeing through the weekend, and it's been working for him for sure. And maybe he's right to do it if his opponent's going to have trouble getting in a well-timed recube. I don't think his opponents have been struggling with that, though. They've been finding some good ones against him. 3-6 can just link up outside with leading the race. So Felix looking really good in this game, actually. 20-point established. I mean, plenty of play for Ralph, but like Felix would be thinking about cubes a lot of the way home here. If he didn't already own it too. 6-5. Maybe we just reduce shots now. I think that seems reasonable. Five, 4. I think he still just wants to hop to the outfield somehow. Maybe we go 24 all the way to the 15. First thing I saw was 21-16 and 24-20. I don't think we want to do something like make the 16-point here. I think we want to keep our anchor for in case our opponent improves. Yeah, I mean, we could also just keep all our contact and make the 3-point, but I like what my checkers on that side of the board are doing. Interesting, okay. Look at all these plays that are reasonable candidates. None of mine in there. We got to keep the blot on the 24, XG is saying. Apparently that's more important than I'm rating to keep the contact. Yeah, so 24 to 15, for example. Giving up too much to leave the ace point with that blot back on the deuce. Okay, I can buy that. And if that's the case when we're going for contact, then the 8-3, 7-3 makes a little more sense. This 16-4 is a very interesting compromise. To begin rolling forward, keep maximum contact, but get the one blot moving at least and control some outfield too. All right, Ralph finds tactics and decides that he might be wanting to hit a shot. 6-3 can make another landing point on the 10. Oh, he can cover. Yeah, okay. So cover in 16 to 13, sure. I forgot about that blot stranded back there. Now I think he'll come out to the 16. Probably slot the 4 along with it. And Felix in a really strong position early on here in this match. Threatening quite a bit in this game. Winning 2 points and maybe 4 would be pretty huge. 6-4, I think we're going to hit. We got to do something in this position. And then is that really our 6? What else can we do? Maybe break from the back while our opponent's on the bar. I don't know. Slotting the 3 is fine. Okay, yeah. Aces, enters, and back to the 1-5 game. Thank goodness. Now that checker is semi-dead on the deuce point too. Let's see. I think we'd like to make the 3-point here if we could, but what else do we have? Making the bar point seems pretty big. I guess we got to play somewhat safe against this 4-point board. So 9-6 might just be part of it, and then something like 13-10 with 3 looks kind of okay too. But I want a board point in front of there, so maybe I'm just playing to the 3 times. Look at this, though. They're pretty close. Feels weird to dilly another builder. I can buy that. Plus, it clears a difficult point of contact. Buys him a lot of time in the future. Should have ways to progress this. See if Felix can pull the trigger on that best play. The 9-6 is part of it. Unless he wants to leave it there and play 16-10, but I don't see volunteering a shot. Yeah, now that I actually see this over the board, this looks pretty bad. To have a extra spare on the 3 and the deuce with the ace point made behind it. I don't think I could do that one. Hopefully I would notice after trying to make the play that it just looked like it didn't work. 2-1. Simple stuff for Ralph. Shoveling checkers into the board, waiting for his contact, and likely to get a lot of shots on this roll. Unless Felix can roll something perfect. He does not. He'll make the 4-point and volunteer a 3-shot, I do believe. Unless he wants to volunteer in front of the mid instead, but I think having a board point seems a little bit more worthwhile. Four is going to miss. It looks like... Yeah, that's a way to do it. Do we need to stay on the 24? If we do, we could play all the way to the 12. Is that too disconnected? We're not worried about getting primed. Maybe we just don't see enough of the board. Something like 16 and 2, maybe 2? I don't know what to do with this. This is very difficult. Oh, what a play this is. We can just run one checker around all the way. That's pretty strong. Yeah, we just hate giving up all that contact back there when we're so far down in the race. But, yeah, Ralph just can't find anything else. I totally understand. 5-2 gets to start playing checkers behind. And Felix should be having like a reasonable cube coming up soon enough. He's pretty stripped outside, so I think he'd like to lose his market first. But crushing the race. 6-4 just going to come around. Okay. I think that makes enough sense. Sevens and ones hit. I think the sevens still want to hit as well. But not certain. Guess he needs to cover too, so maybe not with the sevens. Is this 3-4? Yeah, 3-4 can just cover from the 6. Okay, so it shouldn't hit at all against this strong board. Yeah, that makes sense. 4-3 can make another point and keep contact. Oh, he wants to lift it up instead. Interesting. Yeah, I just would maximize the contact value with a 5-point board, I thought. 6-2. Worried about giving him free rides home. This looks like it's going to clear the 16 first. And then do we reduce shots playing 16 to 14? I don't know, but it doesn't destroy our position, so I prefer it. 4-2 looks pretty bad here. 5-4 hits the hard way. All right, maybe Ralph going to turn this around and close some of the gap in this match after all. Felix looking for a 2 from the bar. Double 2s, okay. I guess we're just shifting 10 to 8 3 times to avoid leading any blots. Get closer to home too, should he reestablish that anchor. Back in the lead in this game. Threatening quite a few gammons too, and Ralph can't enter well. Ace 6. Ace is in. 6 is out to control the outfield. I do believe. 20 to 14 looks nice. And big numbers for Felix going to escape. Little numbers probably going to pounce on the ace to try to buy time. (3-1) makes the ace point. Buys a little extra time. And there's some real gammon potential here in this to go to Crawford. 5-1 is a huge shot for Ralph to enter and lift a blot. So you going to pause and think about the banana split? I guess he contains more when he stays back there, but I figure he just doesn't want, against a 5-point board, why do you want extra checkers in the mix is what my feeling was on it. It's just going to lose a lot more gammons. And yeah, we win a couple more games playing with the containment, but so I guess at the score we can afford to just do anything else and stay back. Looks like probably at normal score it'd be better to lift for the gammons we saved, but I don't know for sure. All right. And what is this? 4-4? Ouch. 3 of them are forced. He's going to leave the fewest shots. Leave the checker and board. And this is shaping up okay for Ralph now. Just needs to hit anywhere. The deuce gets to. And the 5, sure, bringing checker into the mix somehow. Maybe, oh, he's going to lift one that way. I was going big 13 to 8, I thought, but pay off to the 2-6. But it plays very nice when missed. All right, 3-2 can't cover, can't hit. Are we going to get to the 8 now? No, we're going to make another outfield point. Okay. No disasters that way. Ace 4 enters and cleans up. If so, that's a huge shot for Felix. That's going to save a ton of gammons and even get him some chance to escape to a race now too. And Ralph might need to hit on the ace for that reason. Can't afford him to roll a 6 to escape. I don't know. I guess this is always getting a double shot, so maybe that's fine. Yeah, okay. I'm crazy. 3-2. Ace. Ooh, ace 3 gets the hit. 3 dumps behind, and Felix in great shape again. Just one fan from Ralph would be huge. No such luck. What is the deuce going to do? Come out and contain some more. Okay. 6s and 5s have a safe ride home here. Anything that tries to run should be good here, though. Wow, 6s. Okay. And that is going to be Felix's game and maybe a gammon. He can keep playing on with 8, 10, 11 crossovers for Ralph to save it. Not likely, but it's free to try. Wow, it is likely. He's a favorite to win a gammon? I didn't realize that. Crossovers are that big and his speedboard is so fast. Okay. It is apparently a quite difficult 7 crossovers here. 8 left. And he's not making it any easier with that 2-1. So Felix must be a significant favorite after these sequences of small rolls by Ralph to take home that 4 points and continue on to the Crawford game. Trying to make short work of Ralph here. And it would be amazing if Ralph made it back to rematch the one person he's lost to in the tournament so far, though. I haven't seen that happen yet, the undefeated finalist making it back to the finals bracket. It's an exciting storyline to me. 5, trying to figure out if he should just play for sets to win the gammon or just keep taking checkers off. 5-4 is going to bring 2 in, and that is it. So he's going to claim with the cube. And on we go to 3 away, 10 away. Right. A 6-2. Looks like a nice split. I guess some players might elect to go 13-5 there with the trail in the match. 3s usually makes the bar point on head when our opponent splits up there. Looks strong at this score too. Very strong start for Felix again. 5-4 gets the anchor up though. So no real threat here. I feel like I've seen just a ton of these games with Ralph where he has an anchor and his opponent has an anchor early and they're just trying to find some advantage back and forth. All tight stuff. Grinding games out. Running into awkward rolls while they try to do it though. This 6-5 doesn't really get anywhere that he wanted to be. Down in the race, so maybe the typical 2 down is fine, but it leaves a double shot here, so that's a big problem. I don't know. Maybe he could play down and hit on the ace as an alternative. This is very confusing. Different than our usual opening where we just play 13-8, 13-7 because of that double shot. But finds a very strong alternative. Or option. Ace gets to hit. 6 probably going to continue. Makes an illegal play there. There we go. 2-1, hits back. No one, I guess Felix with the bar point made and nothing else really improvement. Ralph with the anchor. 2-1. Just going to split. Yeah, sure. I think this split is fine and we can play 8-7 with it. No strong preference. Not like he's trying to build so much. I guess building is a little bit, yeah, it just seems a little bit nicer. 22 is a nice place to be though. Wants to escape from there. And I think, I mean, having the midpoint getting less important with the anchor and the stripped mid, and maybe the interaction with 5 point is worth switching to the 11 here. We can just step up in a losing race and try to escape too, though. We don't have timing for the goalkeeper. Okay. They're nearly tied. Just brings the 8 point blot in there, though. Looks for ways to be able to attack next roll. 3-1. Can't avoid leaving a shot in the front without playing 24-20. So I expect he's going to find that, but he wants to go for the slot instead. Interesting. I would just come up and provoke, I guess. I don't know why I want to get another checker from the back involved. Wow, and Ralph's going to find a cube here. Down in the race. And this is good, too. Okay, 20% gammons with the slightly better board, all the material in the zone. This is a weird one. I don't know if I would have found this. And Felix should be able to find an easy take, thinking like this looks like nothing at a normal score for money or anything. Oop, dang it. I got to go do the play from position. And what does he roll there? He's going to hit twice. So it looks like a 5-2. And Felix enters with a 5-2 of his own. 5-3. Probably going to cover the ace to make asset out of it. And then maybe we just need to... Oh, we can hit him back. Yeah, of course. Cover the ace in 24-21. Yeah, what's the big deal? Let's play B here. Wants to think about 8-5, I guess, or something like this. I just forgot about that blot last back there. All right, 2-1 makes an anchor. That's pretty nice. Gonna save a lot of gammons that way. Takes a lot of the teeth out of Ralph's cube, at least temporarily. 5-4 would love to clean up 11-6, I think, but then where's our 4? Maybe we could just make the 16 or something like this in this position. This is confusing. Nothing particularly desirable. Oh, we can link up 20. Oh, okay, beautiful. Yeah. The one productive play, really. Oh, he has to go from the 20, though. Oh, that's actually... Okay, this is better than making the 16. Yeah, I got it. 6-5. I guess we're just running from the 20, because what else are we doing? We going to make the ace? Maybe it's worth having the ace. I don't know. Feels weird to play that impure this early, but all very close options. Just not a good roll. 4-3, can escape one. Work on consolidating that race. And Felix with an attacking plan now at the anchor in the ace point made. 5s. Should be a good roll for it, but not so much. I guess he's going to actually advance to the 18, and is 20-10 the thing to do with it? No, it leaves a direct 6 to escape. So what is our next idea? 8-3 twice? Looks very stripped, but at least we have a strong board ready. Yeah, seems quite reasonable. 20-10 is the best with it, though. Giving up the 6 is fine. I guess he's hitting with 6s and probably 3s as well anyway. Is part of the idea, but I would have thought to have a better board too. So understand Felix's play there for sure. Not much to do with 5-2 other than bring a builder into the zone. And 6-4 gets another chance to run into the 6 shot. This time I think he has to. No play B. And can Ralph hit that 6 to send it back? No, 5-4 doesn't link up with the outfield either. So Ralph under pressure now. I think he's going to have to give up the 8 point here, even though we really want that as a way to come home. Just don't think he can afford to leave a bunch of shots. Oh, he could hop out and play behind. Okay, this is an idea too. I don't mind this at all. Gets himself closer to freedom. 6-2. Doesn't reach from anywhere, so it just makes the 4-point. Not a bad thing to have. 4-point board from the bar point anchor. There's a lot of wins here for Felix. This is shaped up okay. 5-2 gets the safety both plots. Beautiful. Beautiful for now. Plenty of problem rolls coming next time, I guess. He's pretty stripped in the outfield and going to have trouble clearing this safely. Ace wants to slot the 5. Oh, he's going to slot the 2 instead, though? Okay. Wow, he's right. Very interesting. We sure do hate having dilly builders on the structure. 5-2. Oh, it gets to clear the midpoint. That's a beautiful shot. One of his best. And now the remaining contact is the 11, but Felix still plenty of race in this too. 2 ways to win. 3-1. I think he wants to slot now and can play down from the mid too. So all our big numbers play well as well. Both playing a pretty sharp match so far. 6-3 just from the rear to try to prepare to clear. I don't think there's any point to play for contact here and make the board point. Ooh, 11-5, 6-3. What does this accomplish? Just buys more time? That's weird looking. Contact is not the plan. Unless Felix gets way ahead in the race. 2 gets to cover. 6 can come down. Sure. Just progressing pretty naturally for Felix. Getting his board ready. 3-2 is going to bring 2 checkers in, I think. Though it could stay out and save a 6 somewhere. Looking for a 3-5-6 combo or sets next time, Ralph is. 5-1 gets the cover. Felix's board is ready for this shot. 6-1 leaves one for sure. 2-1 does not, just fills in the gap. Nice simple plays. 6-5 doesn't want to escape. Yeah, has to break his board otherwise, and the race is really tight, so sure, you can go for it. Still technically down, but I mean, the other plays are more destructive, so this is his best hope. Tough to get good leverage out of this cube, so he'll be coming back at 8, but so the idea that he's holding it doesn't help him make that play all that much, though at even scores maybe it would. And 4-4 is going to gain a whole bunch in the race. So how much does he need to be ahead? He has 12 pips after that roll. What is Ralph's going to take point going to be? Probably below 10%, and 8 pips is not going to be below that, I don't believe. Yeah, he's taken all the way down to 6.79%, it says. 6 in, 5 off. Okay. So what's that going to look like? Maybe like this. 11 pips in a 49 pip race. Wastage pretty symmetric on both sides. -5 would make a take point 44 of 6 pips, so he's 5 past it. So probably not below that 10% yet, so I think he's correct to roll. Thinking that each one of those is worth like 2.5% at the most or something like that. And big step in the right direction for Ralph. What was the cube action there? Yeah, 85%. So not far off, but I mean, you have to lose your market to want to send it, really. And so 10% is still a huge amount shy at this kind of score. How about this now? 21 pips, but it's not really pips to pips. It's very EPC. He thinks he can send it. Yeah, and it is a pass ready. Wow, and this is going to be a tough decision for Ralph to figure out. I mean, he's just got to be better than 7% to take. And how do you know if this is different than 5 or 7? These are some of the hardest decisions, I think. I mean, flipping a coin would get me there just fine here, I think, as well as thinking about it would. EPC for white. It looks like a 5-roll position. Are there misses? A few. So maybe we're a little bit worse than that 36 EPC, and we can get to the 39 that way, in the ballpark at least. Ralph has 44 pips, and it looks like a pretty smooth position. So maybe wasting 7 is a good guess there, and we can get to 51. So now we have a 12 deficit and know that. It's a 5-roll position, and he's going to pass it. Okay. And on we go to the Crawford game. But a 5-roll position should be point of last take of 2. And he is 10 EPC past that. So I don't know how, like, counting how much each pip is worth is very difficult. But they get worth a lot less as we get out into that, like, 10% and lower range. But maybe you could count the first 5 as 2 and the second 5 as 1 and get to 95% that way. I wonder if that works. It worked in that instance. I could pretend it does. 5-4 is going to split. And even away Crawford, so gammons count. They aren't the full 1 value, I don't believe. But gammons are worth something for Ralph, and Felix, they're not worth anything for. So that'll change play some. Make it more desirable to get into simple games for Felix and only risk 1 game rather than 1 closer after Crawford. 3-6. Just going to hop out here. Yeah, duplicates the 4 with the blot on the 9 point. No need to hide it. 5-4. We have lots of good 4s. Yeah, duplicates more 4s this way. So he wants to hit that checker and link up. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, makes a piece of structure along with it. Seems like a pretty strong play. 5-3 can enter, and yeah, that's the best containment checker there on the 11 for that single checker back. Felix just looking to run out if he can get the right roll to do it. 3-2. Oh, he's going to step up and bring one down. Yeah, I think this is a good idea. Otherwise, we got to put a 5 stack on the 8. This looks smoother. 4-3. Just going to hit loose. Okay, has the better board. Trying to take advantage of it. Already down in the race. And already down in checkers back. What could go wrong? 1-3 returns fire. Oh, nice spot on that recube, Georges. Okay, he has the double anchor game. And a blot on the bar. So we get at least an exciting one here, it looks like. Four 3 gets to hit and continue. Felix still looking for a simple game. 3 in, 1 going to hit again. Still has forward chances. If our opponent can just dance for us a little bit. 3-1 is just going to keep stepping up into it and trying to escape. Not afraid of the attack with only 6 in the zone. 6-1 needs to bring another one down there and probably the ace. Yeah, get that mobilized. Try to get it in the action somehow. 50 pips, not enough timing for the 1-3 game, so he's going to need some other things to happen here still to rely on the back game. But still not committed to it either. 6-4 looks like a nice time to maybe just make the bar point or some piece of structure to bring this home. But we could hit and continue too. Is giving the outfield up too much here? I'm not sure. With 5 back, the bar seems so strong though. Okay, the no hit to get there. That's very interesting. Yeah, this is like a DMP-ish kind of idea. Pretty close alternative. Yeah, I might have been tricked into that too. Feels very strong in front of these 5 checkers. 2s gets to make the 5 and hit loose. I mean, for sure, right? Is he going to step up and make the 5 instead? That could be possible. Not a lot of material to recover. Ace 5 enters and safeties up the blot. Still just looking to scramble around and has that landing point in the bar point now. Felt like the value of it, you know. 6-2. What does this want to do? We could just, play out in a 2 down and get some outfield control this way. I like that. Yeah, it's going to be very hard for our opponent to run with 6s now successfully. Double 5s. Ooh, this is forced. Awkward. All right, just going to take a small miracle now to bring this home for Felix. Going to have a clear racing lead, though. 3-2. I think still just trying to find ways to be present in the outfield. Maybe 15-10 is the best we can do, or 15-12 and 11-9, something like this. Oh, interesting. He brings a bunch of covers into the zone this way. I think this is actually pretty good. Yeah, he finds the best play. Interesting. I wasn't even looking for that. Double 3s. Okay, this is a nice improvement. Very glad he switched after that play too. And, oh, he's going to volunteer. I guess he didn't have to do that, but besides, it's worth it. 5-1. Is it ready to hit or would rather just cover? Maybe, I mean, 3-point board to 3-point board is probably better to just cover. Oh, he's going to get tricked into the... Oh, we can make the 12 to back it up, though. That makes it a little more interesting. But, I mean, our opponent's, like, going to have such a hard time winning this game after we make the 6 anyway. We want to get another blot in the mix to win gammons, but I just don't think we're ready to do it. I think the clock is not running again. Fantastic. I don't know why that's so entertaining to me. All right, doesn't like the look of the hitting play. So then the 5 covers in which ace? 12 to 11 or 13 to 12. Blocking double 6s just seems so nice, but he's going to block 6-5 instead. Okay, understandable. More 6-5s than there are 6-6s. 3-3. Isn't this forced as well? Not quite, but I mean, there's only one way we're going to play it. All out of 3s to play. What an annoying position for Felix. At least it's easy to play. 3-1, probably happy to hop out 22 to 18 and just not give up any of the containment. Wow, it shouldn't. I'm surprised by that. Surprised by the 12 to 8. I guess maybe we need the double anchor in case he escapes and hits or something like that. 6-3 is going to try to run. Hops out. Yeah, I mean, if that would have got hit somehow, it would have been really annoying. He's going to consider getting another blot in the mix? I don't think so. Seems like it just loses us more gammons. Sure, our opponent hits us with a double shot, but sometimes they miss and then we're doing really well. And when they don't, we still have time. You know, there's not like the structure isn't completely ready to contain us. So we can still try to escape again. And we actually probably leave more shots. I don't know, maybe not more shots. We're back there since our opponent's on the roof, but 5s and 6s seems like a lot. 3-2. This is going to, I think, break the 12 to hit. Yeah, and have more builders around, and then 18 to 15, sure. Try to get into the mix. And we're containing really well on aces and deuces that hop out. 2-1. Okay, we get a spare 6-5. That's pretty important improvement, strangely enough, in this position. Just no room to play anything. 3-1. This can remake the 12 at least. What else do we want to block? We'd love to make the 14. 5-5 is the 13, but we can't make either of the set blocking numbers. He's just going to hop to the outfield. Okay. Yeah, I guess. That makes a lot of sense too. Has to fade a lot of different 6s and 5s here. Plenty of huge rolls for Felix. 5-3 is one of them. Escapes with a tempo. And Ralph under a lot of pressure to hit with a 5-3 deuce from the bar. 3-5 will do. Five, 6 fans. Okay. Things starting to go Ralph's way, it looks like. Gets to make the bar point. Beautiful. And bring the 18 around to cover again. 2-6 is the best shot that Felix has got right here. 1-1, not too bad either. I think he needs to get up to the edge, but he could make the 4-point. Oh, that's going to be a tough one. He's just going to step up immediately and not even bother with it. Okay. Yeah, I think he's probably correct to do so. 5-4, just looking to contain the outfield. Maybe putting the 4 on the back and getting ready to cover it is fine too. But okay, doesn't want to let his opponent escape with tempo on the 6. I don't think he wants to break his structure to hit. Yeah, what did he miss there, though? 6-3. Yeah, he should slot the back and get hit here. Very interesting. Very close, though. 6, and then probably just advancing. At least the big numbers don't hit. Again, we don't want to bury more checkers, and we're already in a double shot plus 7s. So how many more shots can it be to step up into the triple? Just structurally more important to not bury checkers and risk freeing up another one. Oh, Ralph notices the clock. Gets it started. Good time for that. Take a look at it. Can't pull the trigger though. We're a little bit closer to home when we're missed too, so there's all kinds of different upside of just going all the way. The default play should be to just run and scramble for home in a position like this. Don't get too caught up in how many shots it's leaving and if there's a way to reduce for one roll and things like that. 4-5 gets to hit and 5 gets to slot the back. Beautiful shot for Ralph. Felix might need a 2-6 now to save this one. Two 5. Right idea. Ralph is covering with 20, 22, 23, 24 numbers. That's not one of them, but it hits off the edge. A little bit of life for Felix. Any ace you like? Probably distribute for more indirects to cover. That seems like better. Ace 4, okay. Can't hit. Really needs to be at the edge. Has some sort of hope as long as his opponent does not cover with an 8. Covers with an 8. And he's just going to make the deuce point. Oh, he could cover the back too. Yeah, okay. Maybe that is a little bit better. Maybe that's going to give more chances to free up checkers and things like that. I don't know. This feels pretty strong. Ralph likes plays like that, though. Wants to find trappy ways to get more gammons out of this position. Could have been off and freed up a 5 there. So that would have been some of the merit of that other play. Yeah, he missed the split there. Okay. Small tactical opportunity. And immediately regrets it on that 6-5. 3-1. I think it's just going to play quiet. Ideally not getting anything else involved. 6-3 gets to run from the front. Still waiting for that blot. 6-5 is the best now. 5-1, a little bit better. Gets to make the ace at least and reduce the contact zone. But risking sending a second checker back. Oh, lifting, I don't know about this. It probably reduces shots, but long term, oh, he's right to do that. That's crazy. Okay. Just reduce shots and hope our opponent enters high is the idea. The 6 gets to enter deep. I wouldn't have found that. I would have thought that making the ace was just a nice place to land long term, but I would have had a second checker sent back then. 6-4 does not enter. Felix is happy to stay out here. Doesn't want anything else involved, just wants to save the gammon. (5-1). Ralph is going to be stubborn and not cover for one more roll. Last chance at an ace. No such luck. Felix doing a good job of staying out. 5-2 is not going to be able to cover. Just going to bring 2 checkers in and now a little bit of super joker life. Ace-6, ace-ace, ace-4. All pretty good. And Ralph still can't. Oh, he can cover. Yeah, that's right. And take one off. There we go. Beautiful shot for him. And as long as there's no miracle, there won't be any gammons here. They happen every now and then, though. 4-3 clears from the rear. Felix just looking for a 6 to try to race quickly now. Contact, not his friend. 6-1 clears from the rear. 5-4. Decent number of pips. Going to have to do better than that to catch up in this race. Oh, a little bit of life. Most likely we're going to 1-away, 9-away post Crawford, though, which is going to be a free take score. And we'll see if Ralph at those scores likes to wait on the cube and see if he can induce a difficult take pass decision later in the game. And we'll see if Felix knows that he has a free take. 6-5 says, okay, no gammon, good enough for me. Both of them playing at Grandmaster level if they can average this long term. Pretty good stuff. Probably a little bit on like the... Oh, Ralph decides he wants to go the other direction now? All right. Yeah, most of Ralph's cubes are either getting in like aggressive score things or not sending in volatile positions. So I wonder, I mean, that could be like intentional adjustment kind of thing. Making the 4-point has to be part of this, right? Oh, when we want to save the gammon, we just make the 20. That's super interesting. And Ralph is not messing around, just sends the cube right away. Gets a take. Double fours is going to make the best anchor and the best blocking point available. And shaping up nicely for Ralph. 4-3 can start 2 points behind. Oh, just plays from the 6. Okay. Wants to keep it simple. Interesting. I think having a board in mutual holding games is pretty important. So now Ralph gets to just do this, for example. Make the 5 points, see if our opponent wants to come off with a 5 or not. Contact looking great for him, and so when he wants to leave on the 20, he's going to have a lot of support to do that. And Felix not likely to have anything ready. 3-1 can't do much. Can we afford to start the 4 and have no 6s outside? He's just going to play to the deuce instead. 4-2. I guess the 4 down and 2 in. What else do we have? 2 down and 4 in. Yeah, I do like that better. 2 down and 4 behind. Okay. I don't see Felix hitting with too many 5s here. Yeah, look how bold he can play here. I'm not trying to find big enough plays here, apparently. Nice play by Ralph. I guess what this does, too, is if Felix has the opportunity to escape with 4s or 5s, it's going to be very tough to do. Now he has to hit and leave some shots on board. So pretty tactically important there probably, too. Felix is going to get to make a board point. Nice improvement for him. 5-6 is going to bring 2 down and make the 6 prime. And Ralph ready to hop off that 20-point anchor, hoping that he doesn't roll something like a 6-3 that can't go. 6s, 3s, all these things. Those are the anti-jokers. 5-3. Oh, it's going to open up. This seems like a big mistake to let him have these 6s back. But okay, it's most flexible. I would have just found some way to play behind. 4-1 is just going to come out now. And so Felix still has a decent race after Ralph crashes his 6 prime through, so plenty of winning chances here. 5s is a little fast. Probably make the ace with it, I guess. But yeah, he should have opportunities to run off his anchor later when it comes down to it. So he's preserved some good winning chances here. And 6-2. Ralph, I don't think is going to... Not looking for anything fancy. No trap plays ready here. Race is too close. 3-1. Would love to make the 5 point, but Ralph stayed in the way. Well done. Felix just going to slot the next best point behind it. 5-1. Probably has to get out of the way now. Maybe not, though. He could play a deuce and 5. What's the risk? Yeah, he should keep staying there stubbornly. Not by much. But yeah, I'm really thinking that tactically about affecting my opponent's rolls like that. So that's a cool find to me. 3's going to start the best point and make the 4. And just waiting for Ralph to give up his 6 prime so that we can be ready to leave. 6 down, 4 behind. Sure. I guess 8-4 can't be too bad either. I don't have any strong preference there. Maybe the 6-2 idea hopes to hold the prime for a little bit longer. I don't know. 3-1. Everything seems to be working nicely for Felix right now. Just needs to avoid cracking. Even if he does, he can find wins here, though. And so 13 pips in the race is enough to play fairly safe for Ralph, but he doesn't want to clear points and let him out on sets yet. 2-1. Beautiful. 6s are killed. Maybe Ralph wants to create one now. This is a good clearing roll to do it. Doesn't want to give up double 6s, but what else is he going to do? I think having his opponent run with the 6 would be kind of nice to attack and maybe win a gammon. Not a lot of gammons when that happens either, though, so I don't know. 6-4. If he gets away with it, this can be a good roll for Felix. Can give him some chances at winning a race. 5-3 is going to play on head, though. Only leaving the deuce 6 from the bar. Ralph could roll some crazy double 6 stuff if he's missed 2 and leave a shot that way. There it is. Gonna go ahead and slot the deuce. And Felix with a really important 2 coming up right here. Five, wrong side. Let's see if Ralph can clean it up. I think all his rolls are gonna. 5-4. Oh, yeah, that does. Okay. Leaves some chances at leaving a shot too. I guess Felix would like to stay out now. 4-2. And anything that doesn't contain an ace looks to leave a shot here. I guess now some of them can clear lower points, but like a 4-4 is definitely going to leave a shot. 1 off, clearing 2, and then do we want to rip a second one or reduce shots? Probably just reduce shots, because 1 off and 2 off aren't that different. When we start to get into that 5 off and more territory, then they can be worth big winning chances when we get hit. So it can be worth ripping. 4-1's going to hit though. Okay, Felix with a chance to end this match right here and now. Needs to fade an ace from Ralph. Good for 1 roll. Can he cover with the 5 or the 4? He does. And now he just needs to avoid disasters of his own coming home here. And wow, that 6-6 was just brutal. 6s don't leave a shot. No justice for the Grandmasters. 6 in, 4 down. Felix close though. Maybe he's a Grandmaster on BMAB or something like that too. He's playing very well in this game. And I think I always see him performing pretty well in the on like results and things like that. I don't know. He seems to run deep in tournaments. I don't know much about his game other than this one match, but he seems like a strong player to me. And I think safety is king here. Well, I guess with a weak board, maybe we can take 2 off. Yeah. Maybe the best way for Ralph to win is to race. So yeah. Wants to make sure he takes a lot of checkers off before he opens up. Nice find, Felix. I've generally liked his play. I mean, maybe in the opening there's been, for Felix, like a couple like loose, aggressive kind of things that he's gone for. Just like small overplays. So he peeled last time. Why not peel this time too? Is it really different now? They've gotten closer. But he feels more comfortable now that he's taken a few checkers off, apparently. Okay, we're going to spend some time looking for a die on the floor there. Here come the double 6s after the swap, right? Nope, no such luck. And 6s for Felix. Okay, that's nearly going to seal it. Ralph hoping to stay out now. 6-3. He's going to resign it. And there you go. Your second chance finalist or winner is going to be Felix Ziva, going on to the finals tomorrow to take on Nodar Gagua. So the only 2 people in the entire tournament to beat Ralph Jonas are going to face off head-to-head now for the grand final. Really well played match by both. That was super exciting stuff. Yeah. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am going to close out this match. There we go. And yeah, what else do I have to say about that one? We can go back and look at the prize distribution here real quick. Looks like the room's clearing out, kind of getting late in Greece right now. But so this Felix moving on to at least this 18% of the prize pool, playing for the 40%. So big stakes up tomorrow. And who knows if they hedged or anything like that, but Ralph walking away with at least 9% of that prize pool. And also I think he gets an undefeated finalist bonus here too. So a nice little payday for him too. And yeah. Exciting stuff. That's going to conclude our action for today. Thanks so much for joining. Congratulations for Felix Ziva and to Nodar Gagua, who will be playing tomorrow. And congratulations for Ralph Jonas on his epic run on the stream here. We had so many matches with him because he just kept winning in the undefeated finals and in the second chance here. So we got to see a lot of a top level player, which is always exciting stuff. But yeah, we'll be back bright and early my time tomorrow morning. It is 2:30, I do believe. Let me check over here. Yeah, the final is at 2:30 in Greece time. Daylight savings here happens. So we're going to jump an hour ahead. So that should be 7:30 my time in U.S. Central Time. So yeah, stay tuned. Subscribe to the channel. Get those notifications for when we go live. And I'll be back with you tomorrow with the finals of the first Loutraki Grand Prix. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye, everybody.